Hello YouTube, this is Frank, October 17th, 2023, and this is my 72nd video and my second advanced programming in the Unix environment. We just set up the potato in our first one. Now let's kind of set up BSD in this video. I'm going to take my board down. And let's see if I can zoom in. I've got my notes here. Let me scroll down. And we've got the hardware set up. Safety first, we'll always scan our programs with a virus scanner. Download raw write from the NetBSD site. So this is the main page for the NetBSD, and just kind of scroll down just a little bit, and you click on the, I'm going to right click on the link for the ARM systems, open up in a new tab, and just kind of scroll down a little bit, and this right here, the install nodes, I'm going to right click on that, and you go about halfway into the web page, just scroll down, and you can read all of this if you need to. Just kind of scroll down, and here's the raw write 32 right there that I'm going to be using. Click on that, and that takes you to the raw write page, and download. Now this is an easy setup. I try not to install programs if I don't have to. So the binary executable, it will just run if you put it in a subdirectory. Now this is what I use. Click on that and download it. All right. I need to go to my download directory. There it is. So safety first. Let's scan it for viruses. And 0 found. So let's close this. Now once I scan it, I change the properties on that to unblock, apply, and OK. Now I'm ready to copy this over to my directory. All right, so we've got our raw write. I'm going to copy, and I've got a subdirectory that I use for my APUE. And NetBSD, I've got a subdirectory for that, and I'm going to paste. And there's our raw write. I use 7-zip to extract my files. All right, there we've got our raw write. Now we need to download NetBSD. And we go back to our table, and it's various boards. I'm going to right click and open that in a new tab. Now, I use the daily NetBSD version. I have used several months ago. I did use the NetBS 10, but they don't have some things working on that yet. So I use the daily NetBSD 9. So we kind of scroll down, and there's our potato. So we download, and it takes just a few seconds. All right, we downloaded. I'll close some of these windows that I've got open so I don't get too confused. All right, let's see now. And we go to our download. Now there's our NetBSD that we just downloaded, and we scan it with a virus scanner. Now it takes a few seconds to scan. 0 threats found. Now after I get through scanning, I change the properties. Unblock, apply, and OK. Okay, now we're ready to copy this over to my NetBSD subdirectory that I have. Paste. All right. Now we're ready to write the NetBSD on our card. I'm going to put my card in here, SD card. And we go to raw write, double click, and open, and we select that NetBSD that we just downloaded, write to disk. Yes. And it takes a few seconds to write this to the disk. Or write it to the SD card. I'm sorry, the SD card. It just says disk right there, but it's the SD card. All right, so we have got that, and I'm going to close the window, and then now we can eject our USB, safely remove, eject our SD card. All right. Now let me see where we're at. We've downloaded it for the potato. Write the image. We've got our wires hooked up. Connect the serial cable. Okay, now we're ready. Oops. Now don't turn the power. Don't turn the power on yet. We need to get current And I've tried, in the past, I've tried to get that HDMI working on the potato for NetBSD, and I have not been able to do that. And that's why I use the serial cable. Now there's many different ways to use a serial cable, but right now I'm going to use Kermit. That's one of the old communications software. Go to the Kermit page, and this right here is what I will be using. Go to download for the Windows, 5th beta for the Windows. It takes you to the screen. Now I click on the link here and just scroll down, and there's a table down here. Now this is the one that I use. We download this. All right. Now we go to our download directory, and there it is. And we need to scan it for viruses. It takes just a second to do that. Zero threats found. Now, after I scan it, I unblock it. Unblock. Apply. Okay. And I copy this. Copy over to my directory I've got set up here for Kermit. So I've got me a Kermit directory right there, and I paste, and we just unzip it, extract files here. All right, and we just change to that directory, and Kermit is right here, K95. Now there's several different ways to do this, but I'm just going to use K95 right here. All right, now we've got Kermit. Now what we need to do is connect. There's a lot of settings that we need to start first. So let me go over here. All right, it's set modem type to none. Set line to COM4. That's the COM port that we looked at the device manager. Set speed to 115, 200. Oops. 115, 200. Set carrier watch off. Set flow to none. Set serial to 8N1. Set term color, term black, black, white, 8-bit, and connect. Now we're ready to insert our card. I wonder if let me just kind of move my camera down just a little bit. I'll show what I'm doing. Insert our card. And now we're ready to turn the power on. I'll move my camera back up. All right, turn the power on. And there we go. NetBSD is running on the potato. While it's growing this card, the file system right here, let me mention some things. This is Thomas Kaiser's webpage. I've referenced this table several times. If we look at the, let's go back. If we look at the diagnostics, NetBSD is using the SDR25 mode at 50 megahertz. So if we go to our table here, this is the mode that they're using, in the ultra high speed mode, 1.8 volt mode, and performance is 25 megabytes a second. Now, the potato has some problems with the switching between the 1.8 and the 3.3 volt, and I would really like to learn how to keep it in the high speed mode at the 3.3 volt, because we get the same performance as the SDR25 mode. And see what I'm talking about. Here's the on the Libre potato thing. They've got a on the site, so they've got a the potato doesn't really have a good mode way to switch back and forth from 3.3 to 1.8, and they were kind of recommending just staying in the 3.3 mode. And let me get back over to my, let's see where we're at here. It's got a little bit further to go. And what I'm talking about, I think in the device tree overlay, this is from the Libre computer wiring tool. I think we might need to do something like this, keep it in the high speed mode. So let me get back over to my, all right, it's almost finished. And it's rebooting. Okay, it did reboot. That's a good sign. Starting these services. And it takes a few seconds to do to update that font config. All right, we're coming up. And there, we've got a login screen. Now from here, we need to set up NetBSD. So we go back to our main page for NetBSD. And they've got a guide. This one right here. I'm going to right click on the guide. And they've got a good lot of information on setting up BSD. I'm going to go to the first steps. these are my notes right here. Now, these are the first steps. See, section 5.3, editing configuration files. Now, they give you some advice on learning how to use the VI editor. The VI, now I just never have liked VI editor. Let me go back to my notes right here. I don't really care for a VI or Emacs. There are thousands of choices. I mean, the choices are not binary. You don't have to choose VI or Emacs. There's thousands of text editors out there. So use the one that you like. Now, in my experience, I get permission from my supervisor or the IT department to use whatever text editor that I want. There's a lot of typing in Professor Schaumann's class. So I use a comfortable text editor and a mechanical keyboard. Now that is Frank's advice. Now let's switch back over here to our NetBSD. Okay, so now we at the root login. Login is root. Let me kind of get rid of some of this. Login is root. And change the password for root. All right, so we have that. We've changed the password for root. Now we need to add a user. Well, change the password for root. We just did this. Now we need to add a user. Now they've got several different things, methods right here. Now I use this one right here. Now I have done, over the years, I've used this several different ways, and this is my preferred way. It sets everything up for you. Sometimes when I mess up, it's just easier to start over and add the users from the beginning. So this is what I use. So let's switch back over here. User add -M capital G will, and I am going to create the APUE user. Okay, the next thing we do is the password. Set the password for our user that we just created. Password for APUE. Okay, we got our user set up. The next, let's see here now, I'm going to get back to my notes. We added our user, set the password. Let's scroll down to section 5.15, and so we can install our packages. Now I need to show you, just scroll down. Down in the floppy, installing additional software. Now they do have this long path variable that we can, that they're saying to type in. But let me just show you though, before we do anything, Now I'm back over on my NetBSD. Let's just do a list. Now there's a profile right here on the root, and I'm going to do list.profile. Now they do have a line for that variable in the dot profile, and there's saying you can just uncomment that line right there for the root, and that'll get you the path for the installing those packages. So I'm going to quit that. Now let's see here now. Let me go back to our. Now you can't. Because I just want to show you if you've got a long command that you want to type in, just highlight it, copy, and let's go back over here to our. Let me change some of this here. And you double click on your mouse. Double click right on the right double click twice. Yes, and there it pastes it in. You don't have to type all that. And we can just type in the export PKG path, and type env, environment. In the environment, we should see the package path, something like that. Now we're ready to install our packages, or our package manager. And this is the package manager that we will install. And right click, copy, and we go back over here to our requirement and double tap on the right key, enter. All right, so that's got our package manager. This is kind of like if you use Linux before, just do package update and then package upgrade, update and then upgrade. PKGN update. And it goes and gets the database of the packages. It takes a few seconds to do this. Let's see, it's about halfway done. It's about 90% done. All right, there we go. Now just type PKGN and upgrade like we do on Linux. And we've got the very latest, so we've got that done, so we can install packages. And I believe we're to shut down -H now, it halts it, and to reboot it, shut down -R, that reboots. So halt or reboot. Oh, there it is right there. Halt, reboot. Let's see now where am I? Oops, wrong. Let me get this. Okay, now let's reboot it and see if everything is working. Shut down -R now. And reboot. And it's rebooting. All right. And it takes a minute here to reboot. And now we've got a login screen. Now notice that the secure shell service has started right here. So let's see what my notes say. Log in as a regular user. Okay. Oops. And my user, APUE, password. All right, so we've got NetBSD installed. Now I am going to stop the video here, and because we've got NetBSD set up, and the next we'll set up the our potato for the class. So I'm going to stop it.